Allie, I know that standing in front of a large room of people like this is not where you are most comfortable, and you know it's the same for me. After our engagement, you asked me a few times if we could elope and have a formal wedding with family and friends afterward, sometimes sarcastically and sometimes seriously. But it was important for me that this moment be a shared one. I wanted to show everyone here what it is you've done for me and to show just a little bit of the person you are. I needed to do this because I worried that if I told you alone what I'm about to say, you would not have believed me. Throughout our relationship, too often the hardest thing to convey to you has been just how beautiful, kind, and important you are. I needed everyone here to witness and to corroborate what I see. In 2016, I was in college, and I imagined myself achieving great, if ambiguous, things. I was doing all right in class, and I had just moved into a house with some new friends I made in the previous couple of years. I was discovering a lot about myself and the world around me, but I often felt that something was missing. Every weekend, my housemates would throw parties. At these parties, there were people who were completely not my crowd. Not everyone, that wouldn't be fair. Most were great, and I was glad to know them, but there were absolutely a few that were not. It was at one of these parties that I met you. It wasn't a big moment. We were briefly introduced. We politely said hello to each other, and we didn't really speak for the rest of the night. But I thought you were pretty, and I knew I wanted to talk to you more if I saw you again. It's odd now to remember you as a stranger. To remember how frightening but exciting it was to me when each subsequent week we started to talk more. To remember how, little by little, we more often found ourselves splitting off from others throughout the night. Each week we stood a little closer, we held eye contact a little longer, and you stayed a little later. I remember how proud I felt when I realized you thought I was funny. I remember when I realized that I liked you and how desperately wanted you to feel the same. Most of all, I remember how surprised I was when one night the friends that you came with were leaving, but you told them you wanted to stay, if just for a bit longer, with me. I wasn't prepared for our life after graduation. Between now and then, we moved in together, started our careers, and began our lives. We saw my family change greatly, unexpectedly, and me along with it. We struggled to juggle it all to find our new place in adulthood. And outside of our own lives, it felt as if we could do nothing but watch as the world became more hateful, divided, and intentionally ignorant. But we grew together in that time. You saw my weaknesses, I saw yours, and we loved each other all the more for it. Problems in life felt smaller and more manageable with you. You reminded me to love myself. With you, I felt the person I was as a child return. I realized I find no one funnier than you, no one smarter, and no one kinder. It amazes me how much you can change and how much you have changed. It seems each day you are a different and better person than the one before. It's supposed to be normal to have some anxiety when getting married, to get cold feet or second thoughts. That's not me today because I can't imagine a more comfortable life than one lived with you. Life is full of unforeseen hardships, but I imagine marrying you is one of the easiest things I'll ever do. This is why I can promise assuredly, albeit emotionally, that you will always have me. Your obstacles will be mine, and my strength will be yours. I promise to share our pain and to share our joy. The world will not always be a party where everyone invited is our crowd, but I promise we can always slip away, just us, and talk to each other late into the night and be a party all of our own. I love you.
Here we go. Lucas, I remember the first time we said we loved each other in that house we loved so much on West Spear. And you know I love you even more today because I'm up here reading this even though it's really embarrassing. I have a little quote I wanted to read from a movie that you made me watch, so thank you for that. Love isn't something that we invented. It's observable, powerful, it has to mean something. Maybe it means something more, something we can't yet understand. I'm good. Maybe it's some evidence, some artifact of a higher dimension that we can't consciously perceive. Love is the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space. That's from Interstellar. Thanks again for making me watch it. I wanted to read that because I think our love is more than just a feeling, and I hope that I would find you in any lifetime. There are so many things I love about you, so I just had to narrow it down to a few. The first thing that comes to mind is the effortless way you make me laugh. I think I laugh about 90% of the things you say, at least. I love how deeply we're able to understand each other. You know me better than anyone else, and I appreciate how you're always there to validate my feelings and make me feel heard. I love that you are so passionate about the things that you love, and I feel lucky when you share those things with me. I love the way you've introduced me to so many new things and expanded my horizons. I love the way our values align. You've helped me grow as a person, and I'll always be thankful for that. Thank you for being my comfort and always a safe place to come home to. I cherish every moment we have together. Thank you for supporting me unconditionally and being the person that I can always turn to no matter what. Thank you for being the funniest person I've ever met and the source of so much laughter and joy in my life. I feel safe because I know that I have you. I promise to be someone you can rely on and a life partner. I promise that I will always encourage you to be yourself around me, as I know you always have done for me. I promise to be a listening ear whenever you need it, and I promise to love you in this life and the next.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about. We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise that with you I feel
Lucas was the epitome of intelligence, creativity, and talent. Sorry. In my eyes, he was unparalleled. Don't let that go to your head, okay? So for my middle school assignment, I made a t-shirt with his face in the middle, and around his face I wrote positive attributes that conveyed who Lucas was. I remember Dad and I had to make it in the basement because a young version of Lucas would not have been happy to see me making it. I was so excited to present to my class the next day. It was a huge hit.
walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about. The last one I think about.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall turn back the clock to the days of old. Back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the streetlight